Mr. Gispert, you would come forward, sir. It is truly an honor, and I'm honored. We do get to do proclamations, each of us, every board meeting, and there are times when you get to award a proclamation to people who really stand out in the service of their community, and you're one of those people. And I just want to say, as a new commissioner who came in and was very concerned about the issue of homeland security and preparedness. And I asked, who do I need to talk to? Who's the man in charge or the woman in charge? And they said, it's Larry Gispert. You got to go talk to Larry. And what I really appreciate about you and respect about you, Larry, is you always said it like it was. You never sugarcoated it. You were direct. You were honest. You told us exactly what you thought, and you gave us, amazing advice during some really challenging times, hurricanes and the whatnot. So it's an honor to provide this proclamation to you. I had a chance to come to your retirement ceremony. I think other board members and other people were there. Fantastic barbecue and a lot of good friends who love you deeply. And I want to read the proclamation, give you a chance to say a few words. And again, thank you for your service in Hillsborough County. And I really am hopeful that after you've taken a few years and rested, you get back on the saddle and you go back and you continue to serve our country in some capacity in this field. The Hillsborough County Board of County Commissioners congratulates and commends you on your tremendous legacy you're leaving behind as Emergency Management Director and as a public servant. Following your retirement after 40 years of service, you'll be greatly missed as a driving force for emergency preparedness in this community. You were born and raised in Brandon, went to St. Petersburg Junior College, and joined the Coast Guard, where you worked as a radio man for 4 years. Upon graduation from the University of Tampa, you began your county career working for the Hillsborough County Parks and Recreation Department in 1971. In 1980, Hillsborough County greatly benefited from your knowledge as you began in emergency management, taking the reins as director in 1993. Your peers looked to you for leadership as past president of the Florida Emergency Preparedness Association and the International Association of Emergency Managers, taking your message of public safety all the way to the halls of Congress. Your contributions to our community will be forever measured in the lives you have touched through your efforts as community servant, inspiring leader, and visionary. We extend our best wishes to you during your retirement and wish you much success and happiness in all of your future endeavors. And it's awarded the 16th day of February 2011 and signed by all 7 members of the Board of County Commission. And again, Larry, as a friend, but also as someone who worked with you, I really deeply appreciate, and we do, your service to our community, the way you just shoot straight, and the lives that you touched. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. The first thing I'm going to do is the wise thing to do. I'm going to introduce you to my wife. Stand up, Shirley. This is the lady that gritted her teeth every time I went out the door to activate the EOC, not knowing if and when I was coming home. I always came home, thank God, but there was always that chance I wouldn't. This will be the last chance that I get to speak to you, and I want to tell you something. I understand that times are hard, Mike. I understand there's budget crunches. Emergency management is one of the primary functions of local government. Take that into consideration when you're trying to consider what programs to cut, what programs not to cut. That doesn't mean we get a free ride. We need to be efficient. But remember, there's very few things that only local government can do, and that's one of them. And with 1.2 million people and growing in Hillsborough County depend on you and the Emergency Management Office to get them through these hard times. Now, I will no longer be doing the dance in the parking lot of the EOC chasing away hurricanes. Okay? So that may mean that next year you might have a little active season. So sharpen your pencils. I have enjoyed every year that I worked for Hillsborough County. I will tell you I will not miss the job and the responsibility. But I'll miss the people. I'll miss you. So contrary to what most people say, you as political leaders have a tough job. You have to weigh things. And I'm a cranky old guy, Ken. And I look, when you were chairman, I looked you in the eye and say, hey, I don't care what you say, you got to do this. And he always said, okay, Larry, okay, Larry. You need to continue to do that because that's what you do best, is protect the safety of our citizens. Thank you very much.
Another photo.
Gotta go home, of course. Beside it.
Commissioner Beckner.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. And Larry, over the last couple of years since I've been here, you have been brutally honest with me, so now let me be brutally honest with you. It is your brutal honesty that I so admired, because when I called you, and especially when we were dealing with the oil spill crisis, and I was asking for specific information, you didn't tell me what I wanted to hear, you tell me what I needed to hear. And that's all that I've ever asked of any staff member is to give me your honest, professional opinion about what you think we need to do or the information that we needed. And I tell you did that every time that I ever engaged with you. And like I said, you wrangled my ears a couple of times, but that's all right because, again, you were giving me the information that as a professional and a board member that I needed to have to make those information. So I appreciate that and appreciate everything that you've done for our county.
Commissioner Hagan. And Larry, I just want you to know it has been an honor to work with you through the years. Your crankiness has always been appreciated. I sincerely respect and appreciate your candor, how honest you always were, and your humor. And I will never forget the leadership that you always displayed, but particularly during the year when we had the several hurricanes. Forgive me, I can't remember if it was 03 or 04, but you were a calming influence, and that leadership is something that I learned from and will never forget. And appreciate everything you've done. We look forward to seeing you sometime again in the future. Thank you. Thank you.